Roger Boynes believes in the power of the community and the power of sports. As a former Member of Parliament for the PNM representing Toco-Manzanilla, and later as Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, Boynes created opportunities first in his own constituency and then throughout the country for communities to grow and sports to flourish. Roger Boynes began his career in politics in 1992 when he was nominated as chairman of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. In 1995, he became an opposition Member of Parliament representing the PNM. He served as Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs from 2001 through 2007.
Well, quite frankly, I believe that being involved in a youth group at an early age, I believe I was about 12, 13 years old. I belonged to Acts 1-8, that's a youth group in the Roman Catholic Church in Sangre Grande. And being a member of that group, we used to help the poor and the needy. We used to help build over people's house. It used to be nice on a weekend. We could go and help paint up the people's house who are poor and needy. And it really and truly felt good. It really felt good. And we had a joy in helping people. And every Christmas time, my mama and my brother and I would go around to different houses and give them food stuff, and give toys to the children and whatnot. And I enjoyed that. And getting into government, basically, getting into office, first as an opposition Member of Parliament, and getting the team and the people together, and continuing doing that, helping people, the young people in their sporting programs before politics, as a matter of fact. Because my brother and I ran the night cricket in Sangre Grande. We ran a number of sporting leagues, football leagues, a number of basketball leagues. We did that on our own as lawyers in the community, and it felt very good helping out the young people and helping out the poor and the needy.
Roger Boynes saw an opportunity in every challenge, even when his party became the opposition.
We went into opposition in 1995, and as such, I felt that being in opposition is something we have to understand, that it must not take away from the needs and wants of the people you represent. The most important thing of all, regardless of whether you're a minister or a minister and a Member of Parliament, is the position of Member of Parliament. Remember, you have to serve each and every one who have elected you into office. So much so that in my office we set up different desks, the sporting desk, the employment desk, we set up the social development desk, culture desk. We had people in in different desks tending to the needs of different people in the constituency. And as such, we partnered with several embassies. We got things going while in opposition. And we were able to lobby the government at the time, and also to partner with different foundations, different embassies, to get things done in the constituency. And that basically is what a Member of Parliament has to do. He has to reach out wherever he can to get support and resources for his people. And we did so in opposition. Again in 2000, we went into opposition. And again in 2000, we did what we had to do, focusing on the people and servicing them as best as we can.
I think he always believed that the eastern region was not always well represented, in the sense that it did not get all of the benefits of the state that it deserved. He felt that it was shortchanged, and his challenge was to fix that. So along with his brother Ronald, they put together a development plan for the region. I mean, it went beyond his own constituency. And I think his greatest challenge was to see whether he could level the playing field as he understood it, and to bring equitable distribution of the state's resources to the eastern region. He wanted to see it develop as promptly as Chaguanas or Port of Spain, and he spent a lot of time working those challenges out. To what extent he succeeded is a matter for those who benefited from it, but that was, to my mind, one of his greatest challenges, and he stuck steadfastly to that.
In 2001, the PNM faced the polls and became the ruling government again.
The first thing we did was to ensure that we get approved the sport policy. We did not want to operate in an ad hoc manner. We want to operate with a plan in mind. So we approved both the sport policy and we got the youth policy approved. And the sport policy, to get that approved, was one of the highlights, I must say, of my tenure in office as the Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs. Intrinsic in the sport policy and what the sport policy was based upon was total participation in sport, and that's recreation, and also high performance, focus on high performance sports, that's development. In other words, we must have sporting programs, leagues, recreation programs throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, while our scouts come around now and look in every corner to see where the talent is and ensure that we can now pluck out these talents and make sure we have coaching programs that could identify these talents and coach them in every area where possible. That is how you create great sportsmen and sportswomen.
For example, we were able to qualify for the FIFA World Cup football tournament for the first time as a football nation in 2006. And I'm sure that you can remember what joy that brought to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Also, the Trinidad and Tobago cricket team, for the first time in 21 years, were able to capture all regional titles. And they grew from strength to strength as a team under Mr. Boynes as a Minister of Sport.
We also developed the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, and we gave it its mandate and we passed funds for it, so that they will have the necessary resources to ensure that we have sport for all in every single community. And I don't know if you could recall, during that period, Laventille was bubbling with sporting programs. Throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, we had sporting programs. We filmed it, we showed it, and we highlighted all the sporting heroes, both local and who reached the national level and international level. And we were able to encourage the young people as far as Carenage, to Maclot, to Toko, to Mayaro, to Cedras, throughout the length and breadth of this country. We encouraged them to engage in sporting activities. And while that was so, we also ensured that we funded the national sporting organization. So they had funds to hire coaches to coach in every community. We did it right.
With him as the Member of Parliament for the Tobago constituency, I know that there are many things that would have brought great joy and great satisfaction to him as the Member of Parliament. The paving of the roads in North Manzanilla into Tobago area, pipe-borne water supply to areas of the constituency that would have had no pipe-borne water supply for a long, long time. Also the street lighting program. If you go to the Tobago Manzanilla area now, it's such a different area to what it used to be many years ago. I remember one incident in the North Manzanilla area where there was no pipe-borne water for months, and the roads were in such a dilapidated condition. And I remember Mr. Boynes working tooth and nail, night in, all day, all night, to ensure that the people of North Manzanilla, to ensure that the members of his constituency get an adequate supply of water.
I think essentially Roger Boynes was a businessman, a trained attorney at law, but at the heart of Roger Boynes was a spirit of entrepreneurship. So even as a parliamentarian, the focus was on business, but on this occasion, it was encouraging other people, his constituents in particular, to get involved in business. And Roger Boynes was a very, very busy person in that regard. He was like the proverbial bee. He never kept quiet. He was always pulsating with energy, moving from here to there, making contacts, networking at home, regionally and abroad, trying to find ways to make the lives of his constituents better.
Working as the Member of Parliament was a pleasurable thing for me, starting from 1995. But in 2002, I was able not only to utilize the connections with the embassies and with foundations and non-government agencies, I was able now, at that level, to utilize the resources of state to assist the constituency. In terms of the Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, that was a pleasurable experience for me. And as such, we were able to achieve so many victories at that time.
Roger Boynes represented Tobago Manzanilla as an opposition Member of Parliament from the 27th of November 1995 to the 3rd of November 2000, and again from the 12th of January 2001 to the 9th of October 2001. He served as Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs from the 26th of December 2001 through the 7th of November 2007. While in Parliament, he debated 5 appropriation bills and the ICC Cricket World Cup West Indies 2007 bill. He also debated a motion on the CEPEP programme. Roger Boynes became Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs. Roger Boynes, former Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, believes that the foundation of a country is its communities, and the way to build stronger communities and a stronger nation is through sports.